Hi there, everybody. This is Helen joining you again today. Today, we're actually going live rather than having a pre-record. And today, I'm going to be having a chat with this lovely lady here, Kris from Krissy's Over the Mountain Crochet. Hello, sweetheart.
Hello, Helen. I'm so excited. I'm happy to be here. Just real happy.
I'm thrilled you're joining me. Our paths have crossed a little bit recently, haven't they?
Yeah.
Over recent
Yes.
years, I should say, with various different events and a little
Yes.
bit of Facebook Messenger here and there. But
Uh-huh. Yeah.
it's such an honor to be able to talk with you personally.
Thank you. I feel the same with you, honestly. My crowd loves you too. So I sent out notes saying I'm going live with Helen. So I hope they join in. I'm waiting to see if anyone joins in. I hope they do.
Oh, bless their heart. Okay, shall we just dive straight in?
Sure.
You're joining me this month for the Preemie Crochet Challenge, and today's your featured day. Would you like to show us your pattern and talk to us a little bit about what you're offering?
Sure. What I'm offering is a pattern that has only preemie. It has a micro preemie size, a preemie, and then a newborn size. And this is the micro preemie. It is so small. It like fits in the palm of your hand. You can just see so little. And then this is the newborn size. And it's so cute. So cute. Now this is intermediate because you are basically putting your hook in under the post of a stitch and making these little miniature dino spikes. But I have charts in my pattern that will help you make each individual spike, because each spike is different. The micro preemie is with a smaller hook than the newborn size. You can probably see the weave is just a little tighter in the micro preemie. But I was using half. It's a very quick design to make. I was using half double crochets, then broke it down to single crochets so that you could have a space to maybe put embroidery. You can use your sewing machine and embroider on it, or just add the stripes. So, and then a little bit of a ribbing. But it is an intermediate design, but I feel like I've made it easy so folks can do it, so that they can, maybe if they're a beginner, they can try. And you can always contact me. I'd be glad to help you.
Oh, bless you. Do you happen to have video tutorials for that section? Or...
No, not yet. I wish I had videos for everything. Oh my goodness. I looked at my list the other day and it was like, oh. So one day I will have.
No, I do that as well. I've got a big long list of things that I need to do videos for, but there's only so many hours in a day.
That's exactly right. Yes.
And so many more patterns we're busy pumping out in the background.
That's right.
So you joined several of the challenges with me.
Yes.
Have you joined all 5?
I don't think so. I had a bout with breast cancer, and I'm healthy. The Lord has blessed me. I'm healthy, but I've had family events, and I've had breast cancer, and just husband had a heart attack, just things that would stop me from time to time. So,
but I think you have joined in the majority of them, and your patterns are always so darn cute.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So is there a reason why the Preemie Crochet Challenge is something that you feel like you want to come back to year after year?
Oh, yeah. Yes. And actually, I started specifically designing for Preemie in October. I have 5 children, and all of them had a child. My youngest is 30. My oldest is getting ready to turn 40. And they all had children except my one daughter. And she had an event, a health event. And we all thought that just puts a stop to it. She's never going to have a child. And she got pregnant miraculously. And after having a surgery that they pretty much said, this will stop you. And just like a couple of weeks later, and we thought, oh, wow. But she delivered at 10 weeks. She delivered 10 weeks early. So she delivered at 30 weeks. And that was in October. Oh, what a heartbreaking thing that was. It was just so heartbreaking. And of course, going down and sitting with her after day, and she was just so sad. And we all were. And but he did well. And then when they finally put a little crocheted hat on him that someone had donated, I said, well, I can do that. And so I went home and I made several little things. And I made that dinosaur hat because she was going to decorate in dinosaurs, and then made little teddy bear hats, and in different sizes. That's how I had the 3 different sizes. And oh my goodness, it just lifted her spirits. It made her so happy, and it made me happy. It made the nurses happy. The doctors were all, it just elevated the happiness in the room. And I thought, wow, this is a ministry. This is something that we can do to minister to those that are hurting. And so then I just specifically started designing, and I have a lot in my head. I've only got 2 specific preemies. Now I've been designing hats and making preemie sizes. I have several of my older patterns. I started way back a long time ago when my youngest was still in middle school. So it wasn't real. I didn't really become involved in it that greatly, maybe the last 5 years. So, so I have even older ones that are preemie, but they have all the sizes. But this, I'm just specifically wanting to do cute, whimsical preemie hats that will just lift the spirits of those that receive them. And then I realized I don't have time to crochet in bulk like I want to. So I'm hoping that with me producing the patterns, that will help others to do that and be able to donate. I wish I could just sit and it's not possible. It's not possible.
Oh, so how's your grandbaby doing now?
He is 7 months, and he is a little bit of a big boy, and he's a sweetheart. He really is. He's just like his dad. If you say something to him, he just turns and grins at you, and he's doing really well. And I'm so thankful that my daughter was able to experience childbirth after realizing that, because she's a school teacher and our family is just all about children anyway. And I was really grieving for her. And so this has been a journey. It's been quite a journey. Our little Deacon is just doing fine. I'm so thankful. And the folks in my crochet that follow me in my crochet group, they just supported me and helped me. And it's so, yeah. Yes. I hope to be involved in your challenge every year. Definitely.
Well, expect an email every year then, sweetheart. But yeah, that's one thing, isn't it, that nobody tells you about when you're thinking about having children, right, or when you had child, is mummy guilt.
Yes.
Even with, you know, a perfectly healthy standard pregnancy and birth, nobody tells you about mummy guilt. But then when you have a preemie baby, oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
It's just ridiculous, all the feels.
Yeah. The pain, and then realizing, what can I do with my child? I don't have a normal child here. Where can I take him? What can I do with him? And do I have a baby shower now? Do I have a baby shower after? It's just, you're right, so many emotions, just so many. But I'm thankful he's healthy. I'm so thankful. Now, how early was your daughter born? Was she?
She was 5 weeks early, which isn't, you know, a lot, but she still classes preemie. And when she was born, she didn't have the sucking action. So she wasn't feeding, and she ended up with a tube down her nose and into her stomach. And just, all the things. I couldn't bath her because of the tubes. We weren't allowed to go home. And I just saying, she just needs to come home. She just needs to come home. And then as she came home, she thrived, which was really amazing. But yes,
a little
more emotional now.
Oh, and here's my I have a visitor. This is my oldest grandson, Ezra.
Hi, Ezra.
Hi.
How old are you, sweetheart?
How old are you?
8.
8. Wow, such a big boy. And is the baby Deacon, is that your little brother, or is he a cousin?
He's a cousin.
Oh yes, you said your daughter had no babies, but sorry.
Yeah. No, that's all right. Oh, well, believe me, I understand. Don't feel bad about that.
Unimpressed.
Every once in a while, he pops in my videos too. And I'll just leave him in there. I'm like, there's my grandson. He just.
Yes. Oh, he's so sweet though.
Thank you. He is a sweetheart.
So moving on,
Okay.
Krissy's Over the Mountain Crochet. For somebody that is thinking about checking you out, all of the links are in the description.
Thank you. Uh-huh.
What is coming up for you over the next few months? Do you have any plans?
Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time. And like I said, I didn't get busy until 5 years ago. I didn't think about a blog. I didn't understand. I'm 62 years old. I have a lot of knowledge gaps. It took me a while to figure out a blog. And now I feel like I have finalized that. But I have been designing crochet patterns and sewing. I'm a seamstress first.
Mhm.
And designing. And I just figured out YouTube 2 years ago. I had a YouTube channel, but I couldn't figure it out until maybe 3 years ago. And so I'm just slowly putting things on my blog that are in the past. And a lot of them have a theme. And so I will have an event like this. Right now I have a Memorial Day, a nautical summer on Krissy's side of the mountain. So a lot of my older nautical crochet patterns that have been great sellers, I've just been putting them all on there for free and then having an event. Sometimes my events are for free patterns. So I have several coming up. A fruity summer event is next. And then I'll start working on fall. I have an idea for some things in the winter, but I just don't have all those together. But I have designed. Have you ever heard of chickens wearing a sweater, Helen?
No. Do chickens need a sweater?
Well, evidently they do. We had a lady in our church and extremely intelligent. She was a professor and this was when I was, just messing around with crochet and sewing. I was doing a lot of craft shows, making a lot of handbags, making a lot of clothing. And she goes, Kris, I need a chicken sweater. I said, what? No, Jenny. She goes, I need a chicken sweater. Will you make me a chicken sweater right in front of, in the aisle where everyone's milling around? And I said, I am not making a chicken sweater. And she convinced me. She said, my chicken sparkle molted. And it was January and it was sub-zero weather. And she said, and then I was watching my girlfriend's dog and she chased her down and took out her new feathers and she's totally bald and she's cold. And so I said, okay, I'll make you a chicken sweater. And then my tester group, I said, you know what? I just made a chicken sweater. And they wanted to test it. And at that time when, I didn't have that many patterns, that was a very good seller for me. So, and since I have made those chicken sweaters, that was a few years ago. Chickens being dressed up and goats and everything have become big. So I designed it's not finished yet. I designed a full feathered chicken sweater for the 4th of July. But when you want to add buttons, they shift. So I'm making a video on how to Scotch tape them down to keep them in place. And you can sew through the Scotch tape and keep them in place. Okay. So that's next. But I really had hoped to have this weeks ago, but here I am. A week before the 4th of July in the United States. But this is for a full feathered chicken. This is not for a molting chicken. So
what would be the difference then?
A chicken that is molting needs a smaller sweater. They don't have feathers.
Okay.
This will just be a vanity chicken sweater. People that want to put the hats on the chicken. And I guess chickens need hats too, because their combs get frostbite. But now this is for vanity's sake. I'm going to have this on my blog soon. I have the pattern written, but it's for a full feathered chicken. It's for vanity's sake, but just for fun. So this is next. But then I have some things that I made for a custom order and a baby blanket and a few other things coming up. But I have events. I really enjoy the events. And then one day I might host my own blog hop if I can get the scatterbrained head together. That's my thing. Is I can be very scattered. So that's what's next.
Creativity, it's got nowhere to go.
That's right. Thank you. I'll tell my family that.
So for anybody who's out there crocheting,
yes,
or wanting to crochet, do you have any top tips for them?
Oh, that's a good question.
Sorry, have I put you on the spot?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, what do I want to say that will be encouraging? I know, hold the hook the way you feel comfortable, and hold the yarn the way you feel comfortable. And if someone is trying to teach you and they're being specific, no, you have to do it this way, back away from them and find someone that is willing to work with you and your style. And just, oh my goodness, there's so many YouTube videos out there. There was nothing like that when I was, you know, I graduated in 1979. I don't think there was any internet until I had all my children. And that was 90s. What, 90s? I used to take them to the library and I'd sit them on my lap and I'd say, look, we can do this on the internet. And then for years I had dial-up. Even when I first opened my Etsy shop, I had dial-up. It was crazy. It was crazy. My son heard me. He goes, oh, that was bad.
I know we're about to move to a farmhouse in the country next month. And our internet's going to be quite a challenge.
Oh, well.
Luckily, my husband's an IT internet webmastery person. So yeah, fingers crossed we can sort that out pretty quickly.
I hope you can. What helped us more than anything was Elon Musk's Starlink.
Okay.
Made the world a difference. Now I can do things I've never been able to do. And that was 2 years ago. We got that 2 years ago. So now I feel like I'm cooking with gas. That's what we say over here in the States. We're cooking with gas.
Excellent. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure talking to you, sweetheart. I'm so pleased that we got the opportunity to do.
Yeah, me too. Well, when I get myself together and I want to have live crochet design. I want to have crochet designers go live with me. I enjoy this sort of thing, and I would love it if you would come with me. I don't know when. It might be this winter, but I hope you will join me someday.
Darling, I will be there.
All right. Okay. It was good. It was a great visit. I'm so glad we got to do this.
Yes. So don't forget to check out Chris's Dino Hat pattern. Do you want to just show everybody one more time? Sure. It's the free PDF pattern that is featured today in the Preemie Crochet Challenge. Yeah. The link to that is in the description. The roundup post. I don't know whether it's because it's the 5th anniversary of the Preemie Crochet Challenge, but every designer this year has put their pattern up for the entire of the month. So if you haven't checked out the Preemie Crochet Challenge yet, every pattern that has so far been released and featured is still a free PDF download, which is super exciting.
Oh, yeah. There's some nice blankets. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yes. There really is.
Yeah.
And the booties. And there's just coming up this next week. There's just some stunners.
I know.
I'm so thrilled with the patterns this year.
Yeah.
So yes, so if you want to check out Kris, check out all of the links below. Where is your favorite place for them to find you? If they had to pick one place, where would you send them to?
You know, I didn't give you the link to my group page, but it's Krissy's Over the Mountain Crochet and Crafts on Facebook. That's the best place.
Okay.
That's the best place.
I'll find that and I'll add that to the description if the system will let me do that.
Okay, well, thank you. And it's not that big of a deal, but you can always send me a message on my website or Etsy or Ravelry. I have trouble getting messages on Ravelry, but Etsy would be fine.
Yeah, the thing with Ravelry is it doesn't tell you when you get a message.
Not always.
Until you see something out of the corner of your eye and you think, oh, no, how long's that been sitting there?
Yeah.
Hey ho, technology at its best, doesn't it?
Yes.
It is sometimes. Well, thank you very much, sweetheart. And hopefully we'll do this again soon.
That will be fun. That will be great. All right.
Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.